matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They go play action here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The first carry out for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Power.
On second down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. All right, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Let's go! What?
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
You got 3. Let's go. Let's go. White, 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And down to the 36-yard line here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Done. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get
this
a little
time?
closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
4 down. Zebra.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to roam now. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
95.
On second down, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with officially a 103-yard return. And the Bears are in for 6.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Flushed out, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, Wilson. He sets to fight. He's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for the Cowboys. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Again, this is Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point up and through. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on first down. Done. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Done. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go!
From the gun. Done. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Handoff comes to Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Cook. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one is right through. And they take a 17-14 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90! Cut!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Come on, let's go!
Off the play fake. Done. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go. What? Nine.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Done. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A game that's going on up in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Tack McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Wilson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
Check 50, check 50.
They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play action. Now Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And it's 3rd down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Right, check 51, check 51.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tempo. 19. 14.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Wilson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
19. Bring out.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play at a time, guys. Let's go. Done, guys. 4 down. 4 down.
Cook. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Cook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run, Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Bang out. Bam, bam.
On second down, it's Drake. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Let's go get it, baby. Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
A toss to Cook. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Double tight, guys. Double tight. We got 3. We got 3. That's right. Go ahead. That's right.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever they will.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Go use you. Come to me, it's me. Hut!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Looking to throw. Done. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, 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 hey! Come on, let's go! What? None!
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Single! Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Hut!
From the gun. Done. And it's complete. Henry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route. Down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
What? 90!
On 1st down. Done. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Now it's Wilson, and he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Wilson now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson, being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a run with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Tempo.
To throw is Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Done. And his pass incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw. Done. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
And they'll go on the ground. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Come on, let's go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
Here we go.
I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Nigel Bradham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
14, 14.
Wilson now from the gun. He'll throw. He's going to let this one go. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Come on, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go. What?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Done. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. David Irving in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
Operating from the gun. Dunn. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd down. Done. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
From the gun. Done. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Run left! Run left!
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Wilson to throw. Looking deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
14, run it.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
14, run it.
Now Wilson. And he's got a man And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Hey, tempo.
Throwing now is Wilson. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.